What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the TBD podcast, as we're calling it at the moment. And this is welcome to the podcast where sometimes we forget to plug in our mics. You guys
What?
you don't know? Here, let me, little backstory real quick. Little backstory. So, do
You're
I
talking
sound a
about
little
me?
different to you, Matt? Because Sam noticed it.
Oh, you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, you sound clearer, I guess.
Yeah, so this mic right here, this mic, I had been using it. Well, I thought I'd been using it. And when I listened back to the episodes, I noticed I sounded faint. And I was like, huh, that's weird. So I moved the mic closer to me and everything. And I was like, man, it still sounds faint like next episode. And I was like trying to mess around with it a couple days ago. And I was recording myself. And I was like, why isn't this working? And then I went into settings and I realized it was set to my webcam audio. And I was like, oh, okay, let me just set it to my microphone audio. And I set it to that. And then when I would talk to it, nothing would play back. And I was like, what the heck? And then I realized it was turned off. And it's just a little slider right here. This little slider. It was set to off, so I just had to turn that on. So we're back in business. Just wanted to, yeah, a little story time. This is H double with Maddie B and Sam Cookie. So
Yes, sir.
We know how to use our mics.
yeah, you guys at least know how to use your mic. So you're already ahead of me in that aspect. But yeah, for this episode, we're going to be talking about the NFL draft. We want to first go into who we think the Carolina Panthers, who traded, a lot to get the number one pick, who we think they should draft. So basically, who we think our number one quarterback is, because obviously we know they're going to take a quarterback. And then after we give our input on that, we are each going to go into our teams. Sam as the Chiefs, as you can see. And then, as you know, Matt and I, Ravens, Patriots. If you guys have been following the podcast, you'd know that. We're going to discuss who we think our teams are going to pick in the draft and who we kind of want them to pick. Like maybe some guys are like, we want you to maybe pick this guy at this pick. So it's going to be an NFL draft episode. We're filming a little late, so if the energy's low, we apologize. I also had some camera issues I'm going to try and fix for next episode. So I'm just having technical difficulties lately, but we're here. We're bringing it out for you. TBD podcast. Let's get into it. We guys got anything to say?
Charles and
Happy
the
to
note
be
guy.
here.
What? Oh,
Oh, also, you forgot about my betting segment this week, bro.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Matt's betting segment that he's going to be doing every 2 weeks. He's going to give us, I think, some draft bets that he likes, because a lot of drafts,
Individual draft. That's what we're gonna do. Is individual draft things. So
a lot of bets go on during the draft. So yeah. All right, let's jump right into it. I'm going to start with, let's go with Sam first. If you're the Carolina Panthers, who are you taking at number one and why?
Me first.
Yes.
Well, if I was the Carolina Panthers, I would already be pretty nervous because they gave a ton of picks for the number one pick. It's ridiculous. But that's not the question, though. The question isn't to rant on the Panthers for what they did, but I think this is kind of a consensus answer, QB wise at least. Will Anderson Jr. He is the edge rusher for Alabama. He's really good, but it's the QB stuff that's more exciting. And I personally think Bryce Young is the easy contender for being the number one pick in the draft. He's 5'10". He's kind of built. He reminds me a lot like Kyler Murray. He's very shifty. Hopefully he doesn't play Call of Duty as much as Kyler Murray, but he's definitely the most all-around QB in this draft, I think. A lot of experts were saying this isn't really a big QB-based draft before coming into the season, but I disagree. I think Bryce Young is a stud. He's got a good shot to go number one, if not number two. He's a really good QB. And if my team didn't have a guy like Patrick Mahomes, I would want to draft a guy like Bryce Young. Even though he's a little short, but short kings need some love too.
So your guy's Bryce Young. You think he's the best?
Yeah, my guy is Bryce Young.
Okay. Matt, what are you thinking?
I just was waiting for Sam to say Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, like I think every episode he mentions Patrick Mahomes. So Honestly,
That is not
whenever
true.
you said, "Hey, Sam, who do you think they're gonna pick, or who do you think they should pick?" I'm surprised you didn't say, "Oh, they should have picked Patrick Mahomes," but they can't. But anyways,
I would
Whoa,
not have made it. Nope.
whoa.
for me, I like Bryce Young, but I'm gonna say for me, I'm gonna go CJ Stroud just because CJ Stroud I think is 6'2", I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
6'3".
Is he 6'3"? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's 6'3". He's a bigger body. His accuracy is pretty good. Obviously Ohio State hasn't had like the best quarterback, so that is a little knock. I mean, honestly, neither has Alabama when it comes to producing for like, um, producing for the NFL. But out of those two, I'd probably pick CJ Stroud just because he's a little bigger body and he can get hit a little bit more because Carolina just isn't very good right now. And so to me, I feel like you'd want him to still be in game. So I'm gonna say CJ Stroud. I like his arm strength. He doesn't really turn over the ball very much. He can also use his legs. I liked how he played against Georgia in the semifinal game that they had this past year. I think he played really well, and he's a 2-year starter. He's been in big games. So I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud. That's who I'm gonna go for.
I just like to give a quick note of apology to Sam because I just fell for the Sam Discord sounds. I don't know if
That
you guys
was
heard
you?
that. Yes, so
Oh,
my apologies. I
wow.
can't
Thanks,
give you
Charles. I
crap
thought that
anymore,
was
Sam.
Matt, honestly, but at least at least
Maybe I
I
shouldn't have said anything. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
I mean, that's what I did. It just happened. I was just like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Well, I gave you crap, so I got to own up to it. That was me. My bad.
Yeah. Well, what's
So,
your pick though, Charles?
yeah, for me, between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, because I think they're the clear top two,
I
at
agree.
least right now. I like CJ Stroud better too. I agree with Matt. I like his size more. I like his his accuracy more. I think he can throw it in more, like he can make more throws than Bryce Young, and he's got, good power behind his throw. With Bryce Young, I think he's got great, like he can throw it like kind of like Mahomes with his arm angles and his like scramble throws, but I don't know if he can make all the throws as consistently as CJ Stroud. And I think, like you said, the Georgia game, Matt, well, I saw something special in CJ Stroud. And the thing was, kind of the knock was that he's a pocket passer. He can't move. But in that Georgia game, I think he showed potential that he can move if it's there. I just think he's, maybe he should do it a little more, to be honest. I think he's obviously, doesn't really want to maybe, that's not like the focus of his game, but I think it's there if it needs to be. I think he can scramble and make some runs because he did that against Georgia. So I saw something there. That's why I like CJ Stroud better. But for me it's tough because I'm with the number one pick. It's, of course, there's a lot of system stuff, how you fit with coaches, how you want your offense to look, and that gauges it for sure. But I'm always kind of a guy who goes highest ceiling. And while I think CJ Stroud is it's really close for me between CJ Stroud and then I'm going to go Anthony Richardson because I'm going to go based fully off potential. Because Anthony Richardson, I think we can all agree, has the highest potential. Now, obviously he's lower of Sam. We'll get to that. I can see your face, but Anthony Richardson obviously has a lower floor right now than those two for sure. But I think there's a lot to like there, and I think there's a lot of potential development and growth there. I think he's still kind of learning how to play quarterback, but you got to love his speed, his size, his arm strength, and he's got the highest potential. And I think that's, for me, kind of what beats everything else out personally, is like who can be the best, like when it's, like who could reach the highest potential. And I think Anthony Richardson has the highest potential. So I know it would be a huge gamble, and we've seen quarterbacks like that who have flamed out. So I definitely get that. But for me, I love the potential of Anthony Richardson. So that's who I'm saying, to be honest with you. So what do you guys think about Anthony Richardson?
You think Anthony Richardson's gonna be the first pick?
I don't think he will, but I probably would. I mean, what I say,
So
I probably would,
so
but
you're
when am I
saying
ever
is
gonna?
if you were the Panthers, you would pick him.
Yeah, probably. I
Oh,
just the potential
goodness.
is there.
What a take, Charles. What a take that is.
You
If
really
I was
think
the
so?
Panthers, yeah, if I was the Panthers, I definitely wouldn't take a gamble and a QB like Anthony Richardson. He
The
definitely.
re
Oh,
No,
go
keep going,
ahead.
Sam. Because
Okay.
I agree with you. I want to back you up.
Okay, I appreciate it. But yeah, I would definitely not gamble on a QB like Anthony Richardson. He definitely wowed everyone with the combine and improved his draft stock with that. But if I were the Panthers specifically, in a team that's kind of a win now situation, they can't afford to gamble on a QB. They need a QB that wins. They can't afford to have a QB that just completely sucks. Is what I was.
So you think Anthony Richardson completely sucks?
There's a no. I'm not saying that. I love Anthony
I
Richardson
think that's what
too.
you just said. I'm just saying.
I- okay, well, I'm just saying he might suck. He's not going to suck, but he might suck. He might
Okay.
do great. That'd be awesome. That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, what Sam is saying is he doesn't know. But um,
It's fancy
for
talk.
me,
Yeah.
for me, I don't think that they would pick him just because you wouldn't trade all that stuff to go from what were they number three or number two before the trade?
Where were the Panthers pick?
We, I believe they're
Yeah.
number
They were number
three.
9,
Oh,
so
number
they
nine.
jumped up a
Oh,
good
they
amount.
were number
Yeah.
nine.
Hmm.
Okay, so they're number nine to number one. If it's Anthony Richardson, I don't think you jump all the way up to get him like at number one. Like you would probably trade with like someone else. Like I don't know, like the Seahawks have the Broncos pick, right? Like you could trade that. Like the Seahawks could trade back and be like, okay, sure, yeah, we'll get more picks, right? So to me, I feel like that's why they're not going there realistically. But then to say if I was the GM with the number one pick, yes, it is a good for potential, but also the GMs there are kind of trying to save their jobs, right? And Anthony Richardson in college, yes, he has all the talent in the world, but look at his accuracy. I mean, he was basically 500 touchdown. He was 1-to-1 touchdown to interceptions. And honestly, some of his decision making wasn't very good. And yeah, I get it. Like he has all that stuff. He's a lot like Cam Newton, but Cam Newton in college was way better than Anthony Richardson and ended up being, NFL MVP. Can Anthony Richardson get there? Sure, potentially. But I mean, just because he has a good arm, all that kind of stuff, doesn't mean he's going to be great. I mean, look at Zach Wilson, right? He has crazy throws on pro day. 2 years into the league, he hasn't really done much. Anthony Richardson has also played good competition, hasn't really done much, right? So that's why I think CJ Stroud and Bryce Young are just the better options in both situations, either as you as a Carolina GM and realistically, as in like what I think they'll do. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah,
That's
but for me, I mean, like I said, it's a risk for sure. So I'm going out there a little bit saying this, and I really love CJ Stroud. I do, and Bryce Young too. I think they're this quarter.
Yeah.
Those top quarterbacks I think can be really
I
good.
mean, don't get me wrong. Like outside of Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson is probably the third best quarterback. Like he's probably the best one, and then it's probably Will Levis, and then hot take. I think Stenson Bennett is number five just because of what he's done.
Ooh,
So that's a hot take.
I definitely disagree with that. But anyways, we can get into that in a second. Besides the point, Anthony Richardson, why I'm kind of supporting him in this and why I support him being the number one pick is I see, like I said, I just see the development is there. Like I think there's a lot of things to like, even with stuff has struggled with. I think he has, mechanical issues that can be fixed. And I think that will help his accuracy. And from what I've gathered from him, I really like his mindset and wanting to improve as a quarterback and wanting to learn more and be the best quarterback he can be. I feel like with a guy like Zach Wilson, I think Zach Wilson's mindset is what has set him back, to be honest. He hasn't put it in like he needs to, because the NFL, you have to give it all every day,
That's true.
And I think Anthony Richardson has that makeup. And I just, like I said, the flaws he has, I think, are fixable. And I still obviously there's some throws he's made when I've watched some highlights. There's throws he's made that you go, don't, why are you throwing that? But I truly think he's coachable. And that's why, Yes, it would be a something you'd have to work with, mold a little bit more time than CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. But to me, yeah, I just see like a Cam Newton type of guy. You kind of nailed it. I think he could be like Cam Newton, as like prime Cam Newton's probably a good, like, how they do the whatever it's called when they do a comparison,
The
like
comparisons.
best case scenario, like
Yeah.
a prime Cam Newton, maybe even a little better. Because I think he has a better arm potentially than Cam even had. So
Hmm.
that's just me. Yeah. So I'm in support of Anthony Richardson wherever he goes. I hope he doesn't prove me wrong, or I hope he doesn't make me look foolish like Zach Wilson did. So
The thing is, Zach Wilson is coachable. I think he should put in a bad spot. Like being young, like he was 20 or 21 when he got drafted in New York and stuff. I think if he would have had like a year or two, like under, let's say, like an Aaron Rodgers or someone else, I think I think he does a lot better. That's just my personal opinion, because he has the talent and everything. So honestly, if Aaron Rodgers does go to the Jets, I hope he does. Hopefully Zach learns under him, and then if he goes somewhere, he can take that learning and then
yeah.
kind of almost like hit the restart
So
button.
I
But
can agree with you on that. I think Zach Wilson, and I think, for Anthony Richardson to be developmental too, but they threw, Zach Wilson right into it. Maybe he still needed a year or two, even with the talent
mhm.
he had. And of course he could have stayed in college another year, but I don't blame him for going out when he did. He was the number 2 pick. But yeah, I think, if you gave Zach Wilson a year of development or so, not right in as a starter, it could have been a little different. But so I hear you on that. That's a true point. I think Zach Wilson still had some rawness to his game coming out of BYU for sure. So you make a good point there. We haven't heard
I
from
try
Sam in
to
a bit.
sometimes.
We haven't heard from Sam in a bit.
Dude, Sam's just in awe, bro. He's like, wow, these guys
I
are
am in
so
awe.
smart.
Well, yeah, for one, I'm in awe that you guys are trying to convince that there's still some life with Zach Wilson. I think you got to let it go at this
Oh
point.
my goodness, Sam.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, but it's totally what you said, Matt. He's definitely not in the right mindset. He has the mindset like I do, to where I just choose to eat like a McChicken from McDonald's instead of just making food half the time. He chooses the easy
Well,
route, and his game sucks because of it.
Well, and also real quick before you go, Matt, you said Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. I heard a rumor that Aaron Rodgers called Zach Wilson like last offseason or something, or his rookie offseason, was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Working out." He's like, "Don't do that. Go home." It was like a Friday during the offseason. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's true, but I heard Aaron
And
Rodgers was a negative influence on Zach Wilson. So
I can see that.
I could definitely see that. I'm just
That just
saying that.
makes for a fun QB controversy, though.
Yeah. And yeah, so also, the Panthers did sign Andy Dalton, which of course he could be the gap play starter for an Anthony Richardson, or even, I feel like if you draft CJ Stroud, he'd just be the backup, which makes sense too. But you could play it both ways. He could be your starter
yeah,
this year if need be, if you draft like Anthony Richardson, say.
that's
But
true.
of course, the good backup if you have CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
That's
no,
true.
I think Andy Dalton is a great person to be a QB, like a veteran QB. And
Well, I think also too, I think sometimes you sign the QB as a backup to be a mentor. Like think about it.
Yep.
Andy Dalton hasn't gotten in trouble at all. Like he's been a very steady, like good guy. I mean, he was drafted to Cincinnati and actually kind of, he was the one who kind of helped them win before Joe Burrow. Like name the Cincinnati quarterbacks before Andy Dalton that and after him. That's not Joe Burrow, right?
Mhm.
So
I can
I
name
think he's a
one,
good
but
guy. I think he's a good guy to. Okay, who? Who, Sam?
Carson Palmer.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh,
So Carson Palmer's good. Yeah, Carson Palmer was better in the Cardinals than he was in the Bengals.
mhm.
But Andy Dalton he's just a true professional. And I think that's something that's invaluable to young quarterbacks to learn from.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He reminds me a lot of like a QB like Alex Smith. He was the perfect mentor for someone like Mahomes. I bring him up yet again.
Ah, nice. Good job,
There's
Sam.
two.
But
Let's
yeah,
get a Mahomes counter going.
the same with Drew Brees, though. I think Drew Brees did a good job with the talent that he had to work with, at least. I love Jameis Winston as a QB and as a personality, but I don't think he really is the game to be a top level QB in the league.
I mean,
But
also you could
that's
also
another
go like the
topic.
Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers situation. I know it seems murky, but you got to admit the development. that Aaron Rodgers probably got from those couple of years to turn into what it is.
Probably.
So
It sucks
Mhm.
though that Brett Favre is not a good human, but that's kind of besides the point.
yeah, it was
All
anyways.
of the fraud that he's committing right now,
Yeah.
kind of crazy. But
Yeah, I think that wraps up. I think we're good on the quarterback talk for now. It's exciting. I mean, quarterbacks are always the talk of the draft. It's just the most exciting position, the most important position. So it's fun to see. You know, like I remember when the Ravens drafted Lamar; those were good days, and now we're here 5 years later, and the Ravens won't even talk about him in in their pre-draft press
yeah,
conference. But
that
I don't know if
was
you guys saw that. But anyways,
I did see
we
that.
can move on to our teams in the draft, which is a little happier for me. We're going to talk about our teams and what I guess we could start with what we think our teams are gonna do. Like we'll each take turns talking about what we think, and then we'll talk about players we kind of want our teams to do, and we'll do that next. So we'll start with Matt this time. Matt, the Patriots. Now let me see if I can pull this up for you. You might have already pulled it up, but the Patriots have how
The
many picks in the
14th
draft?
pick.
They have no. How many picks do they have? One,
I think we
two,
have
three, four,
12.
five, six. Yeah, they do. They got a lot of picks.
Don't we have 12, right?
You have 11. You have 11.
11. Sorry,
Yeah,
one off.
I miscounted. Okay, so
Um,
Patriots have 11 picks. They're picking 14. Give us some insight from your knowledge. What are the Patriots doing? Maybe new quarterback? I don't know.
no, not new quarterback. Basically, the first round we're either going to get an offensive tackle, a wide receiver, or cornerback. Those are the three that we're looking at. Everyone though thinks that we're going to go with an offensive tackle to kind of replace Isaiah Wynn, which it's like freaking unsexy because last year we also picked an offensive tackle, and it's just frustrating because like it's just frustrating. It's like, bro, give me a wide receiver. Like Mac Jones needs someone to throw the ball to. Like at Alabama, he had people he could throw the ball to, right? Granted, he also had an O line, but he could throw the ball to people, right? For me, I feel like offensive tackle you can kind of pick up wherever, TBH. Wide receivers are a little bit harder when it comes to like the upper echelon. Like think about it like Jamar, Jalen, Justin Jefferson. All these guys are first round picks. CeeDee Lamb, right? I mean, very rarely do you have like a second, third, fourth, fifth round receiver who turns out well. I mean, you have Cooper Kupp, right? Who is really good. But like, recent memory, right? A lot of them are going to be first round picks. So, and to me, there's some good freaking wide receivers in this draft that I actually have liked watching play. Um, like for me, I love Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State. Like they're always usually good. I also love Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee and Jordan Addison from USC is also really good. I like him. And Quentin Johnson is a good big guy, but for me, my three that I like are Smith and Jigba, Jordan Addison, and Jalen Hyatt. But are we gonna pick them? Of course not, because we're the Patriots and we freaking just like to do whatever the heck we do. So honestly, we're probably gonna pick an offensive lineman, and it's probably gonna be the kid from either Ohio State or Tennessee. It's probably gonna be Darnell Wright or DeJuan Jones, probably. So
All
yeah,
right.
and if we don't, the cornerback we're gonna take is probably gonna be like the Alabama kid or the Maryland kid, Brian Branch or
Whoa.
Deontay Banks, probably.
Bro, Matt
But
giving
yeah,
us mad insight.
that's pretty much what we're
Yeah.
gonna do because I think we have like 2 second round picks as well, and and Bill Belichick is probably like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do running back and something else. I'm like, bro, we already have running backs. But anyways, we just suck at drafting lately, and I don't care. If I'm gonna be honest though, we're not gonna pick up 14. We're gonna trade down and let people like take our guys, and then we're like, oh, looks like we have to get offensive tackle now. That's what's gonna happen.
I
So
think Matt's still experiencing some Tom Brady hangover. I'm not gonna lie,
I
because
think
ever
so.
since then, I just feel like as a Patriots fan, he's been very unhappy. That's all I'm
it's not
saying.
like I haven't been unhappy. It's just I feel like there's no direction.
Let's so Tom Brady won all those Super Bowls, not Bill. We can admit.
Yeah.
No, I mean I think it's both, but like obviously you need a quarterback and people around you to help win.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that, it gets very hard to win. Like, think about it. If you had Sam Cooks on your team, you're not going to Super Bowl. I'm just saying. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
Whoa.
Yo,
Okay. Hey, I
name
think Bell might be
dropping.
fired soon if he doesn't turn this around. Maybe a year or two. I think he might be gone.
Well, I think he's going to retire. I honestly, if Bill Belichick can retire by 2025, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him
Because I'm starting
retiring.
to lose the in Bill we trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little
it's
shaky.
it was really in Tom we trust,
Well,
but
it's
Oh, I've
really
always been in Tom we trust.
it's really the fact too that you win what like 6 Super Bowls in 2 decades span that you really have your expectations
We
high.
we won 6 Super Bowls in 2 decades, and we went to 9
Yeah, yeah, you guys did go to
in
9
20
Super
years. So
Bowls.
think about it. Almost half the years we were in the Super Bowl. And then when it comes to AFC Championship games, I think we were in either 14 or 15 out of the 20.
it's nuts,
It is
man.
nuts.
But now we're in
So
a new
I know the
era.
Chiefs are like, oh, we have a little dynasty. I'm like, yeah, that's a great little
We're
blip.
Hey,
catching up, bro. We're catching up.
at least the Patriots had Bailey Zappi, so you're good there.
That's
Why do
true.
you, bro, why do you
Little
love
Zap.
Bailey Zappi? He
Bro,
had
he's gonna be the starter. You not hear Bill's comments? Bro, he's gonna start
Bro,
next year.
why
I'm
do you
calling
why
it.
do you not like Bailey Zappi? That's the question,
no,
Sam.
I don't hate Bailey Zappi, but he's
Seems like
definitely
you do.
hyped for a backup QB on the Patriots.
Oh
They're
yeah,
too
you think Chad Henney's a good backup quarterback? He's overhyped, bro.
He's great. I mean,
Bro,
this
he
is 40
retired. That's how bad he
he's
was.
40 years old. Yeah,
the,
but yeah, he did retire.
I'm
He
just kidding. He's a Michigan guy, so I like him. But anyways,
oh, was he a Michigan guy? I didn't know that.
yeah,
I just know he was a
yeah.
high school teacher, so it's pretty cool. But
yeah, that was cool. Let me just real quick, Sam, before you go, all you need to know about Bailey Zappi, the two highest scoring Patriot games, Bailey Zappi was starting. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
okay,
Their points per game were way up compared to when Mac Jones was in there. So
well, that's
Hashtag if
yeah,
he
that's
scored over 20, I was happy, bro. I was
compared
like,
to
wow.
Mac Jones, yeah. But you
Like
compare
honestly, like if you look at the Patriots, like okay, like the Chiefs are like the Ferrari of like they're the Ferrari of the NFL. Look at the Patriots. You know what they are? They're like the freaking like electric Mustang. You have no idea what the freak it is. It can like get up there if it wants to, but like no one wants it. Like that's exactly what they are.
okay, interesting take, Matt. I mean,
Or
I
maybe even or maybe it's like a VW bug. You know what I'm saying? Like it just isn't cool.
yeah. Well, at least when Tom Brady left,
When
it
Tom
was
Brady
pretty
was
cool
there,
when
it
Tom
was like a
Brady still there.
Bugatti, bro.
Yeah, it was like a
yeah.
yeah.
All right,
So
Sam, you go though.
yeah,
We'll
aside
enough
from all
Patriots
the
for the
yeah,
pod.
aside from all the Patriots
They don't
talk,
deserve it.
we're not New Englanders, don't worry. But the Chiefs, Chiefies. I don't think it's a very big year for the Chiefs either for this draft. Brett Veach, our GM, is amazing. He's a god amongst men. Um,
No.
oh no, sorry, that spot actually belongs to Tom Brady. But um, no, he had really good drafts the past few years, which kind of shows it resulted in 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. 3 Super Bowl appearances. So we're coming up the ladder. But we have 10 picks this year. We have the 31st overall pick, which is our highest pick in the draft. I don't think anything really crazy is going to happen, much like the Patriots. We don't have Bill Belichick on our team though, so we probably won't draft a running back out of the blue. But we're probably going to stick to mainly offensive tackle guys, maybe some defensive tackle like quarterbacks here and there, but nothing flashy or sexy like a wide receiver or a QB. That's pretty obvious though. But
I know
yeah,
the QB, Sam.
I don't know. I just don't think Brett Veach is feeling it, you know.
Yeah. Is he not?
No, we could definitely draft a QB in like a really late round, just maybe like a backup to take over for Chad Henney because he did retire or did retire this offseason. But no, what I think we're probably gonna do is we're probably gonna draft an offensive tackle first. Much like the Patriots. It's definitely not like a really flashy pick, but we did trade a few guys from our offensive line away. I believe one retired as well. But if I were to pick a player that could probably drop down into a later first round or an early second round, it would probably be DeJuan Jones too. Kind of like Matt was saying, the Ohio State GOAT, 6'8". He'd be the perfect replacement for a guy like Orlando Brown. Get that guy out
Bro,
of
you
here.
could probably trade the
Well-
Patriots. We'll trade back to the 31st.
Okay, yeah,
Hey-
I think a deal might be in the works for that.
You already got your left tackle, remember, with whatever his name is. You just need the right tackle now.
That's true. With a majestic guy like DeJuan Jones, he could probably do both.
Oh,
Easily.
majestic, huh?
Majestic, yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier I remember Charles saying Orlando Brown was a piece in the Chiefs roster because I believe Mahomes likes to scramble to the left, or was it to the right?
Well, I feel like he senses pressure on Orlando Brown's side because he gets beat a lot, and he kind of just goes away from that kind of quick.
I assume he probably had that expectation though, because Orlando Brown was a scrub in the first place.
He was
But that's not our problem.
he was all first team all pro. How are you gonna say that?
That's for another topic.
And you guys let him go for someone
He
to
had
pay
no-
more money
bro.
who was way worse, and he
He
wasn't
had
even a
no
left
right
tackle.
to be first team All Pro.
We already talked about this. We can
He had no right to even be like eighth team All Pro.
eighth team all
The New
pro.
York Jets of the All Pro teams, yeah. But that's
It's so
besides the
dumb.
point too. If we do end up drafting a guy like DeJuan Jones, I'll be perfectly happy. Like what happened last season, we a lot of other teams didn't really have high hopes, or like the media didn't have high hopes on us, and we turned out to be one of the most complete teams in the league, and we ended up winning it all that year. So I think we have our expectations are pretty low. I don't think we can get much better than how we are. Just gloating a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. I got to give
Well,
the
on that
Chiefs.
note, I guess we're gonna move on to the Ravens. We're not
Well-
really talking about the Chiefs very much, so
Oh, I gotta give it. I mean, I'm an honest man. This is an honest podcast. I gotta give the Chiefs props. Their last couple drafts, especially that 2021 draft, they killed it. I mean, the 21 draft had Creed Humphrey, Nick Bolton, Trey
Mhm.
Smith. I think
Yep.
they're all impact starters, and
They're
you
like
got
the top
Pacheco
three.
last year.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think Trent McDuffie came on near the end of the season. You had Watson. I think he was rookie. He had the pick
Yeah.
6. He was pretty
Sky
good.
Moore.
Sky Moore. I mean,
Sky
yeah,
Moore, yeah, he's
not much of a
actually
receiver, but
poised.
special teams was pretty good.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he's still poised to have a pretty big role next season too.
Yeah.
Obviously, since we lost Juju, kind of sucks. But
Yeah, you guys have been really.
Dude, you
good
want Boo
drafting.
Boo?
you were saying the Patriots don't have anyone good to throw to. Where does
Yeah.
Juju come in?
Yeah, where does Juju
You
come in?
didn't. That's why I said that.
Oh,
Juju
I
is the
just
perennial
remember
guy to
someone.
throw to, though.
I remember someone in this call drafting Juju in fantasy because I think they thought Juju was pretty good. I think that might have been you, Matt, if I remember right. So I don't know why you're
Ooh.
on the train of
Ooh,
get
that
Juju
is
out of
true.
here. You drafted him in fantasy.
He's
That's the
going-
ultimate
Bro,
sign of
there's a difference between fantasy and real life, bro.
the
He's
ultimate sign
going
of
first
respect, man.
overall. He's going first overall in a fantasy league next year if Matt gets the number 1 pick. He's like, oh, I can't help it.
I think
We
Matt's drafted
finally
all
got a guy
Patriots
like
team. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like we finally got a guy like CJ Stroud on the Patriots. We're ready to ball out.
Whoa, that'd be something.
Whoa,
That's
CJ Stroud,
absolute-
Patriots. I would
Hey,
That's
take
there's
that.
rumors that they're going to trade for a quarterback. But I feel like
They're
you never
gonna
know
trade
with the
up.
Patriots what they're
gonna
going
trade
to do.
up to the number 2 overall and draft CJ Stroud. I'm calling it now.
Bro, we should just have a whole podcast about talking about the Patriots and the shrouded mystery that they are.
All right, on
That
to
would
the
be like-
Ravens, my team.
Bro, we need to go to the
one more
Ravens.
thought.
They're just a dumpster fire right now, bro.
Hey, bro, it's
Whoa.
okay, man. It's
You
okay.
can't say that after the Tom Brady area Patriots. Come on, man.
Bro, I can.
Yeah, the Patriots are more of a dumpster
What
fire
have you
than we
guys
are.
done
Hey,
since Tom
hey,
Brady
Sam,
left?
Sam, count this.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what did you throw away the 6th ring because you had 5 fingers?
Yeah,
See?
Matt threw it
I
away.
gotta add an extra digit, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait,
That's actually in the past now.
I gotta back up Sam because you came at me saying the Ravens are a dumpster fire, but I mean,
I'm
the
just kidding.
Patriots.
They're not a dumpster fire. They're just being done with Lamar.
Hey, Patriots can't talk at the moment.
True.
I know the six rings, but right now, I feel we got the edge on you in that category. I think if there's one
Barely.
team worse than us right now, it's the Patriots. So at least
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
it
true.
puts me second on the podcast, a far away second from
It's
Sam.
true.
Or
But
second, yeah.
It's true.
Number one
It's
is
true.
way up here.
yeah, Sam's
two,
like up the
three.
screen, and then Matt and I are like
Yeah.
right here. Like me and Matt
It's
are
true.
like right there.
It's true.
Anyways,
Yeah.
all
I
right,
just
Ravens.
like having the little banter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. So we pick our first pick is 22.
Mhm.
And the Ravens only have 5 picks this year, which makes me sad because I like when we have a lot of picks. Yeah, we lost a couple in the Roquan Smith trade, which we also ended up signing him long term. I'm happy about that. So I think that's all right. We only had to give up a second. Wasn't like a first either. So I'll definitely take that because once he joined our defense really took off the second half of the season. So I can't complain about that. But I can complain when we have 5 picks. And at 22, I don't know. That's kind of a weird spot. You know, I want the Ravens to maybe like trade up and get a profile receiver because I know we want to get a receiver. And I think they've made it clear they're going to draft one, which I'm in support for because, I mean, really, we have tight ends. And then I still think Bateman can be something. But besides him, there's like no one. I mean, Duvernay is more of a special teams guy anyways. So we're going to draft a receiver now, whether it's at 22 or not, I don't know. I could see us trading back to get more picks because that's what the Ravens also like to do, kind of like the Patriots. So I could definitely see us trading back. Unless someone falls to us at 22, like one of those receivers, I really don't think we're going to stay at 22 personally. And I think obviously receiver is a big need. I think we might try and draft another edge potentially because our D line is. Oh, I mean, we have Odafe and Ojabo, but I don't know. We'll have to see how they pan out. So we might draft D line. I see both of you looking down at your phones. So
I'm not looking at my on my phone.
well, Sam definitely
I
was.
was actually praying. For.
Anyways,
for
okay.
who's going
So
next year.
before Sam rudely was staring at his phone, obviously. Okay.
That
anyways,
is-
I
I
see
believe
how
you
that.
accused me like that,
I
Charles.
see how that. Well, I mean, you were staring down, so I gotta. The podcast
Bro.
etiquette,
Call
man.
us out.
I
Anyways,
was not staring down though.
Hey, we can roll it back. Podcast
Matt was like,
etiquette.
any-
Okay.
Any
Anyways,
non-Patriots talk, I'm out of it.
you can't
But-
talk.
Ravens
Sam.
talk. You're boring me, bro. I just like feel, you know.
Here, I'm gonna
just kidding.
surprise you. I'm gonna surprise you right here. So receiver, D line, maybe cornerback, whatever. That stuff's. You know, we have a pretty glaring issue at the moment, and it involves the most important position in the game. It involves quarterback.
Pitcher.
Well,
Pitcher? What?
nice. Nah, I see what you did there. Nice one. We quarterback. Lamar, obviously, we have no clue what's going to happen. Now, would I be opposed to the Ravens drafting a quarterback at 22? Honestly, no, I would not be. And there's a quarterback in mind that I would kind of like us to draft if we know it's not going to happen with Lamar.
Anthony Richardson.
No.
I was gonna say.
Well, I don't think he's going to be there. If he is, that'd be awesome. But and you said this guy's Stinson Bennett's number 5. I can't believe you didn't mention this guy. I think he's like I think he might be better than Will Levis.
I think I know number 5 is Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker. I think he's number 4. I think he's better than Will Levis. I think Hendon Hooker.
I forgot he's in this. Yeah, no, I agree. Stinson's number 6 then. I'll move it down.
Yeah, Hendon Hooker, I think we forgot how good he was because he got hurt, but he had like 27 touchdowns to 2 interceptions before he got hurt. Could have been the Heisman if he stayed healthy. I know he's 25. Really like his game. If the Ravens drafted someone like him at 22, I wouldn't be opposed. I mean, Lamar's done, but I mean, we got to keep the options out there if it's not going to work out. And another sleeper quarterback, maybe in our later round picks, who I really like, that's not Stinson Bennett. I think Stinson Bennett's a little overrated. I think it was more of the system rather than the player. Sorry, Matt. I like DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson from UCLA. I think he could be a good sleeper. So if the Ravens draft a quarterback,
your scheme because it's running. So.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's got a good arm too. So
yeah, he does.
I like him, and he's ranked number 10 on ESPN as the number 200 overall prospect. So like, you know, 3rd round guy. If we draft him 3rd round or 4th round, I would not be opposed. So I kind of want to see the Ravens draft a quarterback. I really don't want Lamar to come back. I just don't think it's going to work out. So I think we need to move on to the future. Sorry, Snoop. I know you were a Pro Bowler this past year, but you're not the answer. So
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are already
Pro
giving
Bowler,
up on your
Pro Bowler Snoop Huntley. Let me just put that out there.
Pro Bowler backup QB. How can you say no to him?
Yeah, how could I say no? I don't know,
If,
man. Why?
well,
How can I say no?
if you guys are giving up on him so early, then just go ahead and ship him to the Chiefs. We'll take him.
And and I like how he beat up on BYU in his college days at Utah. So that made me happy. Sorry,
All right.
No comment.
What a way to take that. He's like, all right, okay.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, we lost to Utah like 9 years in a row. So I mean, it's like, what can I say?
Yeah, that's true.
We did beat him 2 years ago. That's all that matters.
Hey, Snoop wasn't there though, so he gets a
That's
pass.
true. Sometimes you just gotta take the L and swallow your pride.
Hey, it's okay.
Night,
BYU
night.
still has better quarterbacks than the U ever did.
I don't know. Snoop Huntley might be better than Zach Wilson.
No, I'm saying I'm saying history wise.
Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, you're right. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I'm just go
Because
Utah.
even the best Utah quarterback, Alex Smith, doesn't even have a candle compared to Steve Young
Yeah, no, you're totally right. So
I don't know about
or
that.
Jim McMahon or Ty Detmer.
oh, Ty Detmer throwing it way back. I like it. There we go.
Bro, Ty Detmer is he's sooner than Steve Young. Steve Young's older than Ty Detmer.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Ty Detmer's 91 and Steve Young was in the 80s.
Yeah, okay. Matt, I knew Steve Young was 80s. I thought Ty Detmer was older than that.
Oh yeah, because
So.
BYU used to be quarterback U. Fun fact for those of
Ty
us
Detmer
listening.
used to be the old Johnny Manziel.
He did.
That's all I'm saying.
He
That's
really
all I'm
was.
saying.
He really was.
So
Well,
yeah,
anyways.
Sam looks real. Yeah, look at Sam over there. He looks so entertained.
I know.
I can't say I'm the biggest BYU fan, and I don't live. So I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Sam, really?
What?
Bro, I'm your favorite Mormon.
Oh yeah, that's besides the point though. I was just trying to say I had no clue what you guys were talking about. I don't think I've ever heard Steve Dittmer before you guys mentioned him.
Ty Detmer?
Ty Detmer.
Bro, have you heard of Steve Young though?
Yeah, I've definitely heard of Steve Young. He's the GOAT.
Okay. He's a BYU guy.
Steve Young?
Yeah.
Well, I knew that, but
no, you didn't.
I did know that actually.
You definitely did not know that.
Okay, maybe I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got you. I know. You.
I barely knew that Alex Smith even went to Utah, too, but he did.
Did you know that because I said it?
Maybe, probably. I don't follow college football as closely as you or Charles does.
That's true. I respect that.
Definitely an actual guy.
Well, speaking of, is everyone done with their comments? Because we have about a couple minutes here, and I can give us some quick betting tips for the draft.
Matt really wants to bet. He's got some money in his pocket. He's ready to burn.
Bro. I'm not trying to bet. I'm just trying to help people improve their lives.
Trying to help people improve their lives.
I wish we would have done also real quick. I mean, I know we're kind of low on time already, but I don't know if you guys saw the New Heights clip of this, the Kelsey Brothers podcast, but Travis tried to guess all the coaches at the meeting, and he missed there was like 8 or 10 he didn't know, and it was super funny. He was like who the is that?
Yeah.
I've never seen this guy in my life.
Sorry, Matt, for taking more time, but yeah, I remember seeing that picture of all the QBs or not the coaches meeting, taking a picture. I was like, who are half these people? You know,
we should. Yeah, let's let Sam take it then.
No,
yeah. Maybe next episode. Yeah, okay, Matt.
I'll do something. I'll do something for Sam. That'd be funny.
Sam,
we should do quarterbacks in the league, not name Mahomes. He probably only name like 3.
Yeah, we'll quiz Matt by having him write a poem about like Mahomes. Anyone that's
what do you mean write a poem about Mahomes? What?
Sam, what?
That doesn't make sense. Man. That's not a quiz.
I blame the time for this one. I think how late it is messing with us a little bit.
Okay, well, we're running out of time, but I'm going to give a couple things that I like. Okay, so the number one overall pick odds. CJ Stroud's at -300. Bryce Young's at 250. Anthony Richardson's at 900. And then it goes Will Levis at +5,000. Will Anderson. Honestly, from what I've heard, is Bryce Young is probably going to be the first pick. So
I've heard different. I've heard CJ Stroud's going to be the first pick.
see. I think it switched back and forth. But if it was me, good value, I'd say put Bryce Young in because I mean that's really close. And then for the number 2 overall pick, basically it switches where Bryce Young's at -300, CJ Stroud's at +300. 300. Something I think is cool is the first wide receiver drafted. You have Smith and Jigba at -200, Quentin Johnson at 450, and Zay Flowers at 600. I think everyone knows Smith and Jigba is going to be the first one drafted. Offensive lineman, you have Patrick Johnson Jr., the Ohio State guy, at -125. Northwestern kid at 175, and then Broderick Jones from Georgia at 500. Yeah, so honestly, to me, I feel like if you're gonna bet on the draft for first overall pick, I'd say bet on Bryce Young because I think he potentially could be the number 1 pick. Like I really think it's a 50-50. And then when it comes to the wide receivers, not wide receivers, but who do I like? When it comes to first defensive player, it says Will Anderson's at -350. I put some money on Jalen Carter because you never know about trades. And I have heard that people are wanting to trade up maybe to get him. So those are the 2 sleeper ones.
Oh.
Other than that, I think things are pretty much straightforward. I think there's kind of, yeah.
Give us a quick over-under on trades. Like, how many trades in the first round are happening?
Oh, first round, over under. I think there's probably a bet for it. I don't know. A prop bet or whatever.
Last year there was like 9, right? Wasn't it crazy high?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I'm gonna say over under 6.5.
Do you like over better or under?
I'm gonna say if it's 6.5. Wait, let me just see what the over under are. Over under for trades. Hold on.
I'm curious because the trades are always really fun, as we all know.
Agreed.
Like the Chiefs might trade up. They traded last year. They traded up to get McDuffie. Remember? So
yeah, they did. I don't really know like what big prospects they would trade up for this year, but maybe we can tone it down.
I don't know. Maybe you guys want Anthony Richardson.
No, absolutely not.
I think Mahomes is about to start reaching injury point of his career.
He reached his peak already.
I think he's reached his peak. Maybe Bijan Robinson could be your guy, running back.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, screw Pacheco.
Yeah, man, I can't
find it. One and done running back.
Screw Pacheco. That's funny.
How about this? If it's whatever it is, like let's say the over under's at 5 or 6. Let's just say 6. I don't know what it is. If it's at 6, I'd say hit over. I bet you there's going to be about 7 trades.
Okay, I like it.
Exactly.
Or how about this?
7 trades.
Yeah, I think 7. I think it'll be 7 trades.
So I know this is Matt's segment, but I'm going to steal the spotlight here for a second. Bet Anthony Richardson because the value is way better. But no, hear me out. And I think there's some truth. I've heard Frank Reich, the new Panthers head coach.
Yeah,
he really likes Anthony Richardson. So I really don't think it's that much out of the realm that he does get drafted number 1. So I actually like that. I would not bet on Bryce Young personally. I do not think they're picking him. If it's not Richardson, I think it's Stroud. So sorry, man. I'm just gonna call you out on your own betting show. So
hey, that's okay.
That's just me. So that's my.
If the Panthers pick Richardson number 1, I think I might blow up.
You're gonna throw the TV off the balcony?
I might throw the TV off the balcony. I'm gonna be that one Eagles fan that broke his TV.
I think we're ready to go to bed.
I think so too.
We're ready to put this podcast to sleep.
It's very late our time.
The energy. The work tomorrow. Let's go. Let's get hyped for that.
Charles,
I guess.
Come on now. Well, if you guys are okay with me doing the outro, I will be more.
You don't even have to say it. You just go ahead and do it, man.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. No, I'm
What the
kidding.
fuck?
Whoa, no
Bro,
cussing,
come
Sam.
on.
Whoa. Watch the language.
I'm sorry. I gave awkward silence though to let it happen even more and mess with my spotlight. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed a more relaxed podcast. Definitely off the rail a little bit. I think some of us are past our bedtimes, so we're gonna go and get onto that. But we are not actually going to be producing a podcast for next Sunday. Next Sunday is Easter Sunday, so it's good to bring that out. We're going to be spending time with our families, so we're going to pick it back up next Thursday. So you guys will see us all next Thursday.
No, technically next Friday. Sam doesn't even know. And technically, you won't see us next Monday because we're going to take Easter off. Yeah, we film. We filmed the day before we actually.
Yeah, Charles is right. I didn't think about that part, but
you'll.
Bro, just scrap this whole.
This is why I take the outros, bro.
It's okay, Sam.
Anyway,
you'll get better.
Yeah, but next Friday though is the next time that you'll see us officially. But other than that, yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, and we will see you later.
Peace.
Peace.
You Miami.